episode number 34 of Travel Talk. Today's episode is all about exploring Hollywood a little bit better, Hollywood Boulevard a little bit more, making new friends, and going to the place where the Oscars are held, more importantly, so that's pretty cool. So, like I said in the last episode, the person I was travelling with managed to injure herself somehow walking up a hill, which is, difficult. And she wouldn't be able to do anything today, which meant last episode I was kind of planning on what I could do by myself, if not with someone else. So it ended up that the person that we sat next to on the little bus that when we did the tours around the stars houses in episode number 31, he said that he'd come out with me for the day and we'd go and do different bits. So that was cool, so I had someone to go around with. His name was Cameron. He was from Perth in Australia, which is pretty cool. Considering I'd be going to Australia afterwards, it was pretty interesting. And we decided we were going to kind of just hit up Hollywood Boulevard, and we were just going to, have a little explore around, do the bits that no one else really had done yet. So, like museums, and like I said, the place where the Oscars have held, the Dolby Theatre. So we just planned to do that, and just enjoy what would be my last full day in America, basically. So it's a sad time. So we ended out about 10:30. We got an Uber, which is, if you don't know, most people probably do. It's kind of like a taxi, but you share it with other people. It's a lot cheaper than taxis, and there's a lot of protesting going on at the moment in England about how they don't want Ubers, so not popular. Like I say, we got an Uber and headed out. He dropped us off right in front of the first place we decided to go, which was the Ripley's Believe It or Not building. It's kind of like 2 stories building of these amazing stories and unbelievable lives and funny contraptions and quirky facts. And you probably know what Ripley's is. It's a program in America, Ripley's Believe It or Not. It was really interested in there. There was quite a few different bits to take photos of and learn about. There was a lot of Star Wars displays. What else was there? There was a Michael Jackson mannequin, a tribute to Marilyn Monroe, Superman's costume and cape, a lot of Betty Boop sign. That's kind of the variety of things that they had in there. It was really cool. So we spent probably about an hour in there, which was pretty good. We managed to get a ticket that covered 3 of the things we were going to do today. So the first one was the Ripley's Believe It or Not. The second place we were going to was the Guinness World Records building, which was a 2-minute walk away. And the third place that we went to, I'll come to in a bit, but we paid $28 for the 3, which is pretty good really, considering we spent the majority of the day in there. So we made our way down to the Guinness World Records building, and you see a lot more things here. Again, another Michael Jackson mannequin, because he's very popular, obviously. The world's tallest man, the world's smallest woman, and more importantly, a giant Mario from Super Mario Brothers. So good to stand next to a giant Mario, which is pretty cool. Who doesn't want to stand next to a giant Mario? It took us about another hour. Spent quite a bit of time, obviously, between the two. And this one was a pretty good experience, to be honest. There's a lot to see and do inside the building. There was a lot of interactive stuff as well. It was better than the Guinness World Record place that we went to in San Antonio, because this one was just a lot more interactive, and you could, like I say, you could do a lot more in there. So it made it a lot more interesting. But like I say, we spent an hour in there and then headed out. And the third place that we had on this ticket was the Madame Tussauds esque. It wasn't actually Madame Tussauds. It was called the Waxworks, the Hollywood Waxworks. But it's based on obviously Madame Tussauds and the mannequins and all that sort of thing. So there was a lot of famous mannequins in there. It was the biggest place of that variety that I've ever been to, including the one in London. So it was pretty interesting. They had Orlando Bloom, Johnny Depp, Will Ferrell, Robert Downey Jr., Morgan Freeman, Samuel L. Jackson, George Clooney, Tom Hanks, Schwarzenegger, Owen Wilson, Jackie Chan, Obama, the Ninja Turtles, which were ironically next to each other, which is a wonderful mix, by the way. I think if Obama ever gets in trouble, he should probably recruit the Ninja Turtles. Just to keep it interesting. There was also a Chamber of Horrors with all villains from films like Jigsaw out of the Saw films and Freddy Krueger and that kind of line. So again, pretty cool. Headed out of that a little bit and met the Men in Black, Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. Also saw Jason Statham, Keanu Reeves, Sylvester Stallone, Vin Diesel. And ironically, I'll show you a picture now. And is it me or does Pierce Brosnan looks like he wants to kill me in this photo? Because to me at the time, I didn't realise, but I got home to this hostel and I looked at it and I was like, oh, Keanu Reeves looks like he wants to murder me. Lovely. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. Wanted to be murdered by Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves? No, Pierce Brosnan. Where am I going? I said Keanu Reeves before. So, yeah, Pierce Brosnan looked like he wanted to kill me. So, Keanu Reeves was fine. He didn't mind. But, yeah, we did that. And then headed out of there. And we decided we were going to do the Hollywood Stars on both sides again. Even though I'd done them a couple of times now, Cameron hadn't actually done them. So it was better that I could show him around and show him the best stars and where the best photos were. So he got some good photos. He got some really big names, and yeah, he was happy with his photos. So that was the main thing. We did that. Headed to McDonald's, had some lunch, and by that time it was about 1:30 sort of time, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do after that. But we happened to see that you could do tours of the Dolby Theatre, which is where the Oscars are held, and it was only, I think it was $17 each for the tour, which is pretty good because it's the place where the Oscars are held, So, but after about half hour of walking, we decided, right, we're going to do that. Went in there, bought our tickets, waited about 10 minutes for the next tour to start. The next tour was only me, him, a Swedish girl and a Danish girl, which is like the perfect combination beyond words. So I'll have the Swedish girl, we can have the Danish girl. So yeah, it was a very multinational tour, the home of the Oscars. It's the home of the Oscars until like 2071. They've got had like 100-year lease on it. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the tour lasted about half an hour. And we took in everything. We saw a real Oscar statue, obviously behind glass, but we got a photo with it. We got a tour of where the celebrities are escorted when they arrive. We walked onto the stage, which was awesome. Got a photo of that. And you look out. You get a good view of. It looks big when you see it on TV, but it's not a huge arena sort of thing. It's only a small theatre. So to pack all of the celebrities in and everything, it's pretty impressive. And when I see it on television now, I think, well, I've been there, so I'm important. But yeah, we did that. I learnt all about seat fillers. Learnt about how Brad Pitt tried getting tickets for his mum to come and watch and failed. Poor Brad Pitt. That's such a hard life. So yeah, it was all really interesting, to be honest, and getting to go behind the scenes and see everything, go through the corridors, go in the lifts and everything. Yeah, it was really cool. So we did that. Took about an hour. About half an hour, sorry. Did a quick bit of shopping and then headed back to the hostel, where we dropped our stuff off and went and had a Chinese buffet meal, which was nice. Picked up from my travelling companion because she could actually manage to walk to a Chinese restaurant. And yeah, then we headed back to the hostel because, like I say, it would be our last this was our last full day in America. And tomorrow, yeah, we were flying to Australia at 10:30 in the evening, I think it was. And yeah, I was slightly nervous the day before, obviously. You're bound to be. It's a big step leaving a 3-month kind of holiday as such in America, and then moving across to Australia for what would be anything from like 6 months to a year, sort of travelling around. So it would be a long period of time in a different country again, and it'd take a lot of getting used to, obviously. But it was an exciting sort of nervous. It was an exciting challenge. But yeah, I'll leave that video here now. Next video, I'll cover our last kind of partial day in America, and I'll probably cover the flight from America to Fiji. And I'll leave it there because it'll be too long if not. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll put some photos at the end of all the places we went to and all the exciting things we did today. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you next time. See ya.